Today, we're diving into the heart of the Middle East, where tales of the past echo through ancient ruins and the sunsets paint stories on the horizon. Our journey takes us to a place steeped in history, where cultures collided, empires rose and fell, the lands of Israel and Palestine. This isn't your average story. It's a tale woven with threads of coexistence, conflict, and resilience. So buckle up for a time-traveling adventure as we unravel the intricate story of Israel and Palestine, exploring the roots of their tangle, the moments that shaped their journey, and the challenges they face on the cosmic quest for peace. Our cosmic story begins in the late 19th century, when folks started buzzing about something called Zionism. People dreaming of a Jewish homeland in Palestine, driven by a vision of unity. But here's where it gets tricky. Palestine was a diverse place, home to Arabs and a sprinkle of Jewish neighbors. Tensions started brewing as more Jewish folks arrived, buying up land and shaking things up for the locals. Zoom into 1917, and the British are tossing in their 2 cents with the Balfour Declaration, basically saying, hey, we're cool with a Jewish home in Palestine, but that just adds more cosmic drama. The League of Nations gives Britain a babysitting gig over Palestine after World War I, and oh boy, things get complicated. More Jewish folks move in, and the locals aren't exactly throwing a welcome party. Fast forward to 1936, and the Arab Revolt kicks off. Picture protests, clashes, and a lot of cosmic chaos. 3 years later, the United Nations tries to play peacemaker with a plan to split Palestine into separate Jewish and Arab sections. The Jews say, sure, why not? While the Arabs shake their heads. Now, imagine the year 1948. Israel bursts onto the cosmic scene, declaring independence and kicking off the first Arab-Israeli war. It's a wild ride. Fighting, moving borders, and a whole lot of chaos. Israel wins, but it's not all sparkles. Hundreds of thousands of Palestinians face displacement in what's remembered as the Nakba, a heart-wrenching moment shaping the cosmic landscape. Post-1948, Israel takes a few more pieces of the puzzle: the West Bank, Gaza Strip, and East Jerusalem. The locals aren't thrilled, and protests against Israeli policies become the cosmic norm. Israel even builds settlements in these areas, causing more celestial headaches. Fast forward through the cosmic timeline, and you'll find cycles of violence. Wars in 56, 67, 73, 82, 2000, and 2006. These wars cause pain on both sides and make the cosmic puzzle even messier. In the 90s, there's a flicker of hope with the Oslo Accords creating the Palestinian Authority. But alas, negotiations stall, and the conflict lingers. Now here's the scoop. The Israeli-Palestinian conflict is like a Rubik's Cube of history, identity, and politics. Peace is on the cosmic wish list, but the road is filled with obstacles. The occupation, settlements, and the lack of a clear path to statehood keep peace at arm's length. Finding common ground and bridging the cosmic gap between narratives is no easy task, but hope flickers on. The recent ongoing war between Israel and Palestine, Oct 2023. In October 2023, a conflict erupted between Israel and Hamas-led Palestinian militants in the Gaza Strip. The fighting resulted in significant casualties with over 1,200 Israelis, mostly civilians, and more than 11,240 Palestinians, including 4,630 children killed. The UN Secretary General described Gaza as becoming a graveyard for children. This marks the 5th war in the Gaza-Israel conflict, part of the broader Israeli-Palestinian conflict. The conflict started when Palestinian militant groups launched rockets at Israel, and around 3,000 militants breached the Gaza-Israel barrier, attacking military bases, civilian areas. Israel responded with a large-scale aerial bombardment and a ground invasion. More than 200 Israelis and over 800 Palestinians, including militants, were killed. The situation escalated, with Israel declaring a state of war, conducting extensive airstrikes, and imposing a blockade on Gaza. Civilian deaths led to accusations of war crimes against both Israel and Hamas. Approximately 1.5 million Palestinians and over 200,000 Israelis were internally displaced. Gaza faced shortages of water, food, and fuel, while the health system deteriorated. Global protests ensued, calling for a ceasefire and the release of hostages. The U.S. vetoed a UN Security Council resolution for an immediate ceasefire, but a non-binding advisory resolution passed in the General Assembly. Israel rejected ceasefire calls, linking it to the return of hostages. Bolivia severed relations with Israel during the conflict. From a global perspective, support for the Palestinian cause increased, and Israel encountered widespread criticism. I'm uploading this video on 17th November 2023. And still the war between Israel and Palestine is continued. So this was all the history of Israel and Palestine wars. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Subscribe our channel for much more content like this. Thanks a lot for watching the video.